Hello lovelies, welcome back to Lifestyle Chapter. Today I'm going to share with you how I make my green chili pepper sauce, and this sauce is something that you can add to your food and it tastes so great and it tastes so good. So this is how I do it, and I decided to share with my friends on YouTube today. So as the name says green, I have all green chili ingredients. These are the habanero peppers that are washed. I have Mexican green chili pepper. I have some green bell peppers, fresh ginger, cilantro, fresh cilantro. I have Fresno chili peppers. I also have some onions, green peppers or spring onions with the scallions, and also I do have some garlic. So all these ingredients are going to be cut into smaller pieces. Look how they are looking here. I've cut all of these into smaller pieces because I'm going to blend them in a blender. So this makes it easier for the blender to work on it. So here I have the blender ready. I'm going to transfer all the ingredients. I'm going to do it in two batches because I have a lot here. I am doing this because I normally do it in quite a large batch because I keep it or store it, and it makes it easier for me to use if I want to enjoy something with it, or I sometimes use it to add to my baked chicken or baked fish. It's a sauce that you can actually enjoy it with anything. So I do it that way and it helps a lot. Here I'm going to add on the ingredients, the extra virgin olive oil. I'm adding that because I don't want to add water, which will keep it on fire for a longer time. For the oil, it cooks faster. So that is what I'm adding on to the ingredients. And then I'll blend it up in the blender, as you can see here. And I'll then transfer everything into the pan on fire. So I have two batches. The first batch has gone in there, and then I'm adding on the second batch from the blender. Here I'm going to stir everything up nicely together. Look how green it looks. As the name goes, green chili pepper sauce. So it's on fire and I'm stirring it up nicely, and then I'll leave it on to cook. I've added the lid to it and I'll leave it on to cook. After 30 minutes, I came back to check on it and look how it's looking. As you can see, the oil has resurfaced. It is the oil that I added to it before I blended it. That is what is still in here. I haven't added any extra oil as of now. So I'm stirring everything up nicely to make sure it doesn't get burnt at the bottom because it's still cooking and it's not yet done. But I believe you have seen the changes. It is looking a darker green instead of how it was looking before, brighter green. And here I have an ingredient that is the fried fish powder. That is a secret ingredient for this recipe here. It makes the sauce super tasty and super delicious, and it also flavors it so well that you cannot resist it. So that is what I've added in there, and I'm stirring everything up nicely for everything to incorporate well in the sauce. This sauce actually is something which is super easy and simple to make. You don't have to do so many things to it. It's just a matter of getting your ingredients, green chilies blended, and you are all through. So I'm tasting to see if the salt is okay, because I haven't actually added any salt. So before then I did that, and then I'm adding on some salt, and then I'll give it a nice gentle stir. To make sure everything incorporates well, but I'm trying to taste it again to see if it's all good. It shows that everything looks good on here. Here I'm adding on some oil. This is where I'm adding in some oil again, and this oil is going to help it cook, and also it's going to help it to be preserved, because it's something that you have to leave it in a jar on a shelf for it to get shelf life. So I'm adding on some oil, and this is going to help it fry, the pepper fry more in there, and it's also going to give it a preservation. So after 10-15 minutes, look at how it's looking. The oil has all surfaced on there, and it's looking so gorgeous and amazing. It smells so great here, and I'm stirring it nicely and gently so it doesn't get burnt at the bottom. And we are almost through. The last and final ingredient is the cold pressed coconut oil that I'm adding to it. This is going to give it that flavor. It's going to give it that taste, and it smells so amazing when you use it to make your green pepper sauce. So that is what I've added in there, and it's oil, so it's also going to serve as a preservation for the sauce. So lovelies, this is how our green pepper sauce or our green chili pepper sauce is looking. I hope you have been inspired and you're going to try this recipe. You can have this recipe with any accompaniment you want, and it is so perfect. You can have it with your potatoes, your fried yam. You can even use it to bake after baking your fish, you can marinate it with it, or your chicken, and it's just super amazing and tasty when it's done. So here we are all through. And I'm going to show you how I store them when I make them. So it has been there for over 12 hours since I made it, so it is completely cooled down. And here I have my jars that I will be storing them in. So I have my jar ready, which is cleaned and wiped nicely, and I'm going to transfer the pepper sauce in there. I have my collapsible funnel that is going to help out. But I realized that after I put in the first ladle in there, it wasn't doing what I expected because the hole under it was a little bit smaller than what I expected. So I decided to use my ladle to just transfer the sauce into the jar straight away. So as you can see, I'm transferring the green pepper sauce into the jar where I'm going to store my sauce in there, and it makes it easier for you. You can always reach out to it, and when I do this, I can keep it on the shelf for months without it going bad or anything. It still tastes good. And I can enjoy the sauce with anything I want. So here, this was what I was trying to prevent. That was why I wanted to use the funnel, but it couldn't work for me. So you make sure you clean the lids well, so to prevent it from molding on the lids. If there's any on there, it can easily get molded and go back. So you make sure you clean it nicely, and then you get it ready for your shelf. And also, this is how beautiful it's looking there. Look how simple and easy it can be stored. If you're new to this channel, I welcome you to the family, and please subscribe. I hope this recipe will inspire you to try, and I hope to bring you another sumptuous recipe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.